Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some of the worst news you could possibly go and share with you guys out there when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, especially when it comes to the games and also the future of what they're going to be basically representing and what they're adding to these games, and that's a little bit more of the struggle. Now, if you guys may or may not have seen, actually maybe a few days ago, we made a similar video in the topic of this in regards to the Xbox, which was with the Xbox Series X console, which where they kind of had like a lot of leaks, a lot of different other various types of rumors, tying on in that they want to go and include more in-game advertisements and in-game basically promotions to games that we already own and also free-to-play games, and essentially changing and moving around the gaming experience as a whole that we are at least used to. So, not cool to go and see because we actually have a little bit more additional information, a little bit more additional leaks in regards to now Sony that's been floating around, and I'll be honest with you guys, kind of the same similar format I had on that previous video. I'm not a fan of this. I really am not a fan of this. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts as we kind of talk about throughout the video. If you just want to chime on in, any type of opinion, feel free to. Always love having a chance to read them on the videos themselves. But this is just disappointing, and especially if it's one of those things where all the big three retailers, so think Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, and Self, all kind of do at the same time. It's one of those things that people really can't have too much backlash on because they're basically justifications is, well, if Xbox is doing it, why can't we? If PlayStation's doing it, why can't we? Or even in the middle, if it's a game, say like Fortnite, that's trying to go and incentivize this from these big retailers, at that point they're all like, well, Fortnite's doing it, so why not? Why can't we? It's not a good circle, so let's go and talk about it with some pretty big news that kind of came out as of yesterday. And as well, before we fully dive on in, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And sign up for Webull, sign up for Coinbase, and all the other various stuff, link down below. And let's get into the actual business itself. So, as you guys can see, as we're talking about this video, talk about everything, talk about the vibes, talk about all this stuff, we are seeing the push over here for Sony. Sony experimenting with ads in free-to-play PS5 and PS4 games. So as you guys are seeing as I'm kind of talking about the intro and talking about all this stuff, not cool, not fun, not what I like to go and see, and not fun news to go and talk about. Although I do like to have fun talking about it because I am so anti-against it, and I think a lot of you guys would be too as well. And it's not cool. I don't like talking about this stuff. Like I don't like encouraging this or incentivizing. I understand why companies want to do it. I'm not okay with it though. So kind of seeing as you guys can see with this, advertising is relatively rare in video games, which is how it should be. There already is in-game advertisements. For games like Fortnite, they're trying to promote their battle passes. When it comes to games like, say, any other free-to-play game, they have microtransactions, they have DLCs. Heck, if anything, I almost want to make a video complaining about this, where Tiny Tina, that brand new game that just came out from Gearbox, the brand new Borderlands sequel, already has a DLC out. It's been around, the game's been officially out for 2-3 weeks. So you have now a paid DLC and paid additional content that's out as of right this second for a game that came out not even a month ago. And you guys can kind of see where the gaming industry keeps going, where they're trying their best to make as much money as they possibly can in every way they can. And it's also one of the biggest industries out there where they don't necessarily have to be this starved for cash. So we are now starting to see this relatively rarely, but it does keep on getting worse and worse and worse. I think the really big EA outrage has been throughout the past 10 years of them pushing way too obvious microtransactions, which kind of ruin their company. Although it's been getting better and better and better as time goes on because they kind of realize that you can't go and keep on milking a dead cow. It's not cool. So basically, outside the obvious inclusions, like hoardings and sports titles and crossovers in the game you can see, like in Fortnite, basically, for that, in terms of advertising. But apparently appears that Sony is cooking up technology now to add a unified advertising system to free-to-play games, perhaps similar to what you might see in mobile releases right now. So as I mentioned, we did talk about this on the Xbox side, but now we're seeing this on other various platforms such as the PlayStation. So Business Insider also reports that the PlayStation maker, much like Microsoft in that similar video we made earlier this week, is now experimenting with technology that will inject in-game ads into supported titles. The idea is to encourage developers to keep building free-to-play games, which have soared in the pandemic, by giving them a way to monetize them. 3 sources familiar with the plans told the website. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do kind of value my time a lot when it comes to making games or playing games, developing games, whatever I do in my spare times, making YouTube videos, streaming on Twitch. By the way, if you guys want to follow, you guys always can. But it's just disappointing because games like Fortnite, games like League of Legends, and I covered this kind of topic on my previous video too, these games print money. These games are one of the highest grossing games in the entire gaming system without any pay cost to go play the game itself. Games like Fortnite are just astronomically printing money. It's insane. Now, there are certain games out there that don't necessarily make as much money. Maybe think Among Us, which has been kind of viral in their own sense. There's some of the biggest games out there, but they didn't make as much money, say, as comparison to a Fortnite. But this almost gets to the point where it's just too much. Now, it is normalized on mobile markets, which I think is a bad thing by itself, although it's kind of a separate topic. But when it comes to things like the PlayStation 5, I want to remind people, when it comes to the PlayStation 5, we are paying money every single month for PS Plus, for PS Now, actual various big games, say like Ratchet and Clank. You basically are getting us in your ecosystem. Same with Xbox Game Pass. When it comes to this stuff, you're either playing this up on, say, Microsoft, or like on Windows, where basically you're selling data, you're making money off of other various means, or even paying money for Windows itself, or for the Xbox console, which once again, you're making money on every console sale, or Game Pass subscriptions, or Xbox Live subscriptions. They're already making money on us. Now, ideally, games like Fortnite and stuff also have a good monetization plan for it, and I can maybe understand that maybe a smaller free-to-play game wants to incentivize their users by doing that, but I just really feel like this is bad. Like, I think it's more so trying to push for those huge games like Fortnite, where people are probably going to play either way because they're so big and have such a big foothold, and all their friends are playing it, so you have little Timmy who has to sit through like a 20-second ad, or has to go and see Pepsi and Coca-Cola going on random stadiums in the game, just so they can keep the game free to play. But once again, this is also for games that are essentially printing money. Now, not every indie game, not every small game, or even games even like, say, like Fall Guys or whatever, are making a lot of money, especially if they're free to play. But this is really disgusting to go and see because these people keep on making so much money and printing so much money that they don't need this. Like, I understand capitalism, you want to make money, you're a business, you want to make money. I mean, I'm not against it at all, but it just is too much. Like this would basically want me to never play any game that has this weird built-in advertisement because it just is not right. Like, I would stand so firmly against this, and that's why I'm not really a big mobile game developer, or a mobile game like as player. On my phone, I'll usually open up like Twitter, if you just want to follow up, Twitch or Reddit, which I feel like anything they have a small amounts of ads intertwined, it's not that bad. But when it comes to games, and I've said this before in my previous video, and I stand by it, I'll say it 100 times if I need to. If I've already spent $100 on Fortnite, I don't want to be advertised to. If I already spent money on Halo and bought a battle pass, I don't want to be advertised to. If I'm trying to go and support a brand new indie game, this is kind of like the same concept I say for YouTube and Twitch. You should be thankful that someone's even checking out your game. I'm thankful that you guys watch my videos. I'm thankful you guys watch my Twitch streams or follow me, because that's what it is. It's like, without me doing this and you guys watching, I can't even do this. And at the end of the day, that's how a lot of these indie game developers should be like. You should be thankful anyone's checking out your game. It's not a privilege, and it's not like a requirement to play a random game like this. Same with Fortnite, same with other various big games that are trying their best to milk as much money as they possibly can. So they also kind of have like multiple different sources. Once again, we've had a lot of people with Sony bring this on up, and the article continues to that the goal is for advertising to appear that it's part of the game itself. Which either way, I mean, sure, you could do it great. I'm sure people could get paid millions of dollars to make advertisements normal. But this is gross, and I don't like seeing this either way. Even if it's natural, even if it's chill, I don't like it. They try to go push, for the billboards or posters, as we covered up before in the previous video. There could also be rewards attached to watching specific promos, such as XP boost or in-game currency, which once again, just give it to people for free. Why do we have to go and keep on watching ads? I mean, I guess it is not the world's worst thing as a side option, but the issue is once you kind of get a few people, a lot of people will go and take as many steps as they can until everyone gets upset. You go and have one thing where you watch a 30-second ad to maybe get an experience boost for a day, and then a few months later, it's for an hour. And then a few years later, you have to literally do it just to play one round of Fortnite, and every single time before every game, you have to watch an advertisement either way. And you guys can see how it can get really bad really quick. So not cool. I mean, it is like very similar in smartphones, but at the same time, that's just a completely different market. And I'm not a fan of smartphones. I'm sure a lot of you guys agree. Those games are usually just very basic, very bad, and they don't really deserve us watching ads, and they also really don't deserve us having to go pay to win just to play the game. I think a lot of games like Digital Legends or other various games out there too. Worryingly, there is also word that Sony's considering charging developers and publishers for data, which is also a completely other, just even hugely big issue, because now they're trying to go and sell data on consumer activity on my PlayStation 5, where now I have to see ads and also deal with this, and that's a big issue with even, say, Facebook or even Google, where they try to go and sell people's data that should be very close and censored. So not cool, not cool. Apparently, a PlayStation has been cooking this concept for a while, and while nothing is yet in place, and it shouldn't be, we should be very, very adamant against this. It's clearly an untapped area that console manufacturers are eager to explore, as we even saw earlier on this week with Xbox news. This is not cool. We've had other various games, EA included, and other big game publishers, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this, because once again, I do not like this, I do not approve of this, and I don't want to see even more advertisements in games, even if they're free to play. I hate this, I don't like this, and I will be very outspoken against this if it does keep on happening. So give me your thoughts in comments down below. I don't like this at all, but give me your thoughts. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and sign up for Webull and Coinbase. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on throughout today for a bunch more videos. Love you guys.